If you desire a profitable business, you're going to have to be seen. Yet, being afraid of being seen is one of the biggest, most common fears that we face. Welcome to Embodied Entrepreneur. This podcast helps female entrepreneurs heal trauma and regulate the nervous system so that they can build a profitable, sustainable, and anxiety-free business. I'm your host, Sheridan Ruth. So in today's episode, by the end, you will know how my client went from a fear of being seen to boldly standing in her confidence with her expertise and signing clients doing so. How a fear of being seen actually serves our highest values, and how to tap into the wise CEO inside and make grounded business decisions. I was recently working with a client of mine, and we were talking about I help statement, talking about who she serves, how she serves, and what she does. And she came to me pretty clear, yet it was a little bit vague. And we started speaking about it, and she was like, yeah, I kind of do these two things. And, you guys, we've all been there where you like talk about how you do two things. And it's not clear enough to the correct people. And so you're not really attracting the sales that you desire because your community isn't clear on what you do, and neither are you. So I asked her a few more questions about why she was keeping this communication more vague and kind of using almost like fluffy language. And now sometimes vague, fluffy language actually isn't wrong and bad. I'm not saying like many other business coaches will say, oh, you have to say it this specific way. That's not necessarily true. But in this case, what was coming off was vagueness. And it was because she was vague about it. She wasn't clear. She was keeping her communication vague, and she was keeping her presence small. Like she was going up and she was taking action. She was being consistent and all the things, but her community was quite small, and her sales reflected that same keeping small essence. They were small. And she shared in the past that she had been orienting towards being a little bit more vague because she had felt scared. In the past, she had been called out for being opinionated, for being blunt, and she'd actually damaged some of her relationships and lost friends due to it. And so as we were speaking, I could see that there was a part of her that was really hurt by this experience and still in a lot of pain. She was really clear that she didn't want to communicate in ways that hurt other people. She didn't want to hurt herself either. She didn't want to come off as arrogant or judgmental or kind of like she knows better. And this is a good desire, but because of the way that it was showing up, she was kind of filtering what she was saying, being vague about it, afraid of being bold and being heard by nobody. Nobody was clear on what she did and how it would support them in their lives. Then she went into that negative feedback loop where she's overthinking now and she's getting less done and she feels anxious and she can't sleep and she's worried and she's scripting everything and trying really hard to say the right thing, worried that if she doesn't say it eloquently, she will make people feel bad or be judged. So as we're speaking, I could see that she was really being pulled into this experience and actually blending with a part of her that was so worried about this fear that it couldn't see what the business needed or what her community needed. Her entire experience was wrapped around how to make this to not hurt people, that we were failing to show up as the CEO or as the wise self in the business. Nothing wrong. This happens. This happens to all of us. This happens to me. This is a natural part of the human mind. And it will probably continue to happen to us in different levels, in different ways for a while. Of course, we're going to learn to stop it really quickly. I can pretty much feel now when, like, I feel like I'm pretty good at feeling when I'm like blending with a part because I've stepped into that wise self and that CEO so many times. But unless you've done it a lot, can be really difficult to see and really difficult to catch. And sometimes you just need some loving support to do so. And so I was that loving support with her, for her as her coach. I could see that she was blended with this part. She wasn't accessing that wise self CEO inside. She wasn't addressing what her community needed and what her business needed. So we used a practice to create space and help her step into that self energy, that wise self energy, that wise loving parent energy for the part that was scared of what would happen if she was bold, and then step into the wise CEO for the business. So there are two things here. There are two needs that need to be met. There is the need of the part that is worried about how it's going to be perceived. And then there is the need of the business. And your job as a business owner is to meet both needs. A business owner who likes themselves, at least sometimes, is to meet both needs. However, if your inner child needs love and care and reassurance, yes, we can meet that need within the business in that we can structure the business and the I help statement so that it can feel safe. But it's not the business's responsibility to make your inner child feel loved and seen and heard. It's yours. So what we did was we met this part's need. We gave it love and care and reassurance, and we healed that experience that she had previously gone through, integrated that, found the wisdom. Then we let her wise CEO and business owner look at the problem in the business, which was the I help statement.
Share. How does this relate to the nervous system?
Good question. Guys, this is Freya. You've had her before. She is my co-host, and she asks questions that you are probably asking yourself as you guys both build your business in the body-based way together. So this relates to the nervous system because when we perceive a lack of safety, we kind of get a tunnel vision. And it's really smart when you're running away from a bear. You're just interested in running away from the bear. However, it's not so smart when that bear is your social media and your I help statement because it means that you don't really solve the problem. It's really hard to get creative and to get clarity and to be wise when you perceive that you're running away from a bear. So in this case, the bear was simultaneously the I help statement, but really what it was the internal experience that a part of my client was having around being seen and being bold. And so that was causing a lot of discomfort inside. And so what we needed to do was break the pattern, come at it from another space, use my nervous system to help regulate hers, use different tools to help that, ask different questions, meet that part's need, love, care, reassurance. And then through meeting that part's need and through using the body and the mind and curiosity together, what we did was we decreased the amount of threat that the body was perceiving. Because we decreased the amount of threat that the body was perceiving, we were able to step into the wise CEO, business owner, and then creatively look at the problem of the business, right? We look at problems in the business from a regulated space because we're much wiser, we're much smarter, we have more creativity, we have more clarity. It's easier. It's just a better use of our energy. So she's like you, she's super smart. And we sat for like 5 minutes talking about it and looking at her I help statement. It became very obvious what her product is, who she helps, how she does it. And this is something that she had not gotten this clear and confident on in years, despite doing different programs and even after selling packages. She ended up saying something to me along the lines of like, I'm not going to get it perfectly because she ended up sending me a message later that day saying that she was sitting in Starbucks with more gratitude, enthusiasm, and clarity in her business than in a long time. She said, I'm truly beyond grateful for this opportunity, your time, your questions, and your guidance. Thank you so much. That's how it feels to step out of the fear of being seen. Gratitude, enthusiasm, clarity, more than you've had in a long time. Gratitude. Like, that's so beautiful. When you step out of your fear of being seen and you meet that need with love and care, then you step into the wise CEO business owner and you look at the problem. You overcome that fear of being seen with so much ease that you can do it over and over and over and over and over and over again, and your business grows and you make sales because of it. So, to overcome your own fears, such as your fear of being seen, so that you can create 5K months by learning how to read your own body-based compass, just like my client did, I would recommend that you start with the Embodied Entrepreneur. It is a free nervous system training and workshop. You will find the link below. What you're going to learn when you watch this 90-minute workshop is the one question you need to ask yourself to find more ease and less anxiety throughout your day. What you must know if you want to create sustainable income in 2023 without chronic burnout or overworking. The unpopular advice that helped me save literally thousands of dollars and hours in becoming a full-time coach. The only strategy that you need to double your income and your impact, and the 4 nervous system foundations to create more pleasure, ease, and success in business. Link is in the show notes. Go overcome your fear of being seen. Sending you love. Can't wait to hear. Can't wait to see you just shine out there. Like, use this, go shine. I'm so excited for you. Let's love.